guys, my name is Ashley and welcome back to my channel, Worth the Read, where we talk about books that are worth your time reading. Today is my Booktubeathon wrap up and I'm doing a giveaway. I've reached 100 subscribers, which I'm surprised, but it's cool. And I'm going to do a giveaway because I've kind of made a mistake, so I have something that I can give away extra. Let's get right into it. The first task for Booktubeathon was to have a coin choose your first read. I accomplished that. I had a coin choose my first read, and my first read for Booktubeathon was Saga by Brian Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I think that's it. Okay. Well, Saga. This was my first graphic novel. Now, if you have not read Saga, Saga reminds me of Romeo and Juliet in sci-fi situation. You have two people who are married from two different planets. Their planets are at war and have been at war with each other for hundreds of years, to the point where the war has left the original planets that they started on and ventured out into the other planets of the universe. And these are two people, which in the beginning it seems like they're the only two people from each planet that has gotten together and had a child. So now they're fugitives of their own planets. And this graphic novel is amazing. I love this so much. I love this so much that this was the only graphic novel in my 7 that was the ultimate goal for Booktubeathon week. I hit my goal of 4. I wanted, personally, I knew I wanted to reach for 4 in a week. So, but I love this. This is the first volume of the Saga series so much that I end up buying the second volume and reading it in that week as well. So I have volume 1 and volume 2 of Saga. They are entertaining. When I tell you the comic relief is funny, the war, there's different storylines going on, and it's just a good graphic novel. From my experience, it's the best one I've ever read because it's the first graphic novel I've ever read. And it's very, I don't know why I always take it back to like what's going on in the world today, but it really reminds me of what's going on in the United States today as far as racial issues and people's feelings about other people just because of the history of hatred that has been passed down. I got that from these books and I love them. I love them so much. So my first book was to read Saga Volume 1, and that's what I did. So I accomplished my first goal. The second task was select the book about something that you want to do. And I selected Ghost by Jason Reynolds. One of my subscribers said, when I held up the book the last time, she thought I wanted to be a ghost. That made me laugh. So, no. This book is about a boy named Castle who gave himself the nickname Ghost. And when he was younger, his father, who loved him, and his mother, but had mental issues. And I think that mental health is a thing in America where we need to, focus more on. He had mental issues and he ends up trying to kill them by shooting them. And his mother grabs him as a young child and they run from the father. And that's when he realized he could run pretty fast. At this point he's in, I would say 7th, 8th grade, middle school, I think. And he's getting in trouble in school and he's not really behaving, but he stumbles across a track team and he one day decides to just sit in on the practice, and he ends up challenging one of the newcomers to the track team, and he keeps up with the boy. So the coach decides to ask his mother if he could join the track team. And this book was amazing. I enjoyed it because it can show you that sometimes your events that happen in your life do not have to determine the outcome of your life. Like every person on the track team had a secret, and all their secrets were pretty deep, and that they had to tell each other. But his about his father trying to kill him, and that's something that some people probably could never get over and would use as, I don't want to say a crutch, but kind of a crutch to kind of check out on life. But he doesn't, and he uses track to keep himself focused in school. He's having some issues, and he uses track as a way to gain friends and create bonds with people. So I highly recommend this book to any middle schooler and above. It was a great book. I liked it because it doesn't cover a large span of time. It's kind of like the first practice, the trainings, and the first meet, and everything happens within that span of time. And it was a good read. I enjoyed it. My goal is to read all of Jason Reynolds' books. So this is the third or second one that I've read of his, and I've enjoyed both of them so far. So this was my task number 2 of the 4 books that were my goal of the 7. If I could have got to 7, I would have, but I got to 4, and that was my goal. So this is my book number 2. Task was to read a book that had a movie adaptation and watch the movie, and that book was my favorite childhood book, Bridge to Terabithia. I read this book and I watched the movie. This book is about a boy named Jess who's the only brother in a family, I think of 4 or 5 kids, and their family owns a farm. They're kind of poor class, and he spends his summer training to be the fastest boy in the 5th grade. So the first day of school, they have these races at recess where 5th graders and everybody younger basically runs and race each other the whole recess. And a new girl comes to town who happens to move in across the street from him on the same road, I guess you could say, because they live in the country. And she beats him on the first day. And their friendship develops from there. They spend their time doing something. Okay, let me back up. Why I love this book so much? Because this book is all about children using their imagination. Children don't do that much anymore. I run a summer camp. I've been in camp all summer, and one of the main issues with the children that I had this summer is they don't know how to use their imagination. Because everybody's on these devices all the time, they don't have to. But when we were younger, we had to use your imagination and think of things. And that's what these 2 children do in this book. This book can be very emotional. And you see why when you read it. I won't tell you why. The movie is very emotional. But I love it because they're children using their imagination. Like, what if something happens and all our electronics go down and we no longer have the internet for some crazy reason? Children nowadays would not know how to cope. They wouldn't know how to play. They wouldn't know how to do anything because they don't develop those muscles of using your imagination to enjoy yourself. This book is all about that. So I loved it. Bridge to Terabithia. I haven't read it in so long. This is my all-time favorite children's book. And I enjoyed the movie. So this was task number 3. So the last task that I accomplished in the Booktubeathon week was to read a book while wearing a hat. I don't own hats. I wear a headscarf. So I read the book while wearing a headscarf. And I'll try to insert a picture. I tried to vlog this whole process, but my camera is kind of heavy. I have a Lumix G, and it's kind of on the bigger side. It's not big, but it's not a vlogging camera. Vlogging camera should be lightweight and easy to maneuver, and it really isn't. So the vlogging thing didn't work out, and then I tried to vlog with my phone, but it wasn't coming out as clear as I wanted it to be. So I just nixed the whole vlogging thing. I'm going to try to do that. But the 4th book I read was Saga Volume 2. I suggest Saga to anybody who wants to get into graphic novels. It's a great introduction to reading graphic novels. It's simple to read. There are many parallels, like I said before, between Romeo and Juliet and war, racial issues, racism, prejudice. I got all that from these 2 volumes of the novels. And I loved it so much that when I read the first one, I immediately got on Amazon and ordered the second volume, and I had Prime, so it came immediately, and I was able to read it within the week of Booktubeathon week, and it was great. So I highly suggest the Saga series. I know a lot of the people who commented on my last video about Booktubeathon said that they were looking forward to me reading it because they thought I would enjoy it, and I did. I really did. I'm enjoying it. So I plan on reading the whole series, and that's it. So this was my 4th book, and the last book I was able to read during Booktubeathon week. So on to the giveaway. I reached 100 subscribers, and I'm super excited, so I decided to do a giveaway. And like I said before, I love the Saga series. So me being cheap with purchasing books, I purchased my Saga. I checked Book Outlet first. They don't carry it. So I went to Amazon. I bought Volume 1 and Volume 2, right? So then I saw that they had the book in a binded edition for the first 18 issues. Now, my problem is Amazon says in the description, Book 1 of Saga, Book 1, not Volume 1 of Saga, was the first 18 issues. So in my mind, not being a graphic novel reader or know the lingo of graphic novels, I'm thinking it means the first 18 volumes, which it should, like, they should say it's not the first 18 volumes. What it is the first 18 chapters. So I ended up thinking, okay, if each volume is $10 a book and the binded of the first 18 volumes is $30, just get the first 18 volumes, even though you already have the first 2. Get the first book. So I ordered the first book. Saga, Book 1. Now, I get the book, and this is not the first 18 issues. It's the first 3 volumes of the books, which means only volume I'm getting that I haven't read in this book is Volume 3, because I already have the first 2 volumes in perfect condition. So this was purchased instead of me just buying Book 2 and Volume 3 to complete the first 3. I ended up spending $30 on Book 1, and I already have the first 2 volumes in this book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away my first 2 volumes of Saga and just keep the book. I'm like, Amazon, they'll let you return stuff and just keep them. They'll send you the money back and let you keep the book. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just keep the book and give away the first 2 volumes. So if you're interested in receiving the first 2 volumes of Saga, which I would be because it's great, you must be a subscriber. Just comment down below. I'll just put everybody's name in a hat and pull it, and then contact you through email. So you might want to comment down below with your email address. How do people do these giveaways on YouTube? I don't know. Comment down below, and then I will contact you if you're one of the names I pulled out of the hat, and I will send you the first 2 volumes of Saga. But you must be a subscriber, and you must follow my IG, Worth the Read, which I've been neglecting horribly, but I'm gonna work on that. And I'll send you the books, and I've already ordered the second book, which is the next 3 volumes of the series, and not 18 issues. Amazon needs to reword that because it's very confusing. But if you enjoy Saga or graphic novels, I will be happy to send you my first 2 volumes. And that's a wrap for my Booktubeathon 2018 wrap up. Hopefully next year, I'll read one more book than I did So then my goal next year will be for 5 books in a week. And I didn't want to include this in my wrap up, but I also finished within that week Final Girls. So I'll do a complete review on Final Girls later on, and I am currently still reading Ruined. I will be finishing that up. I should have finished that up a long time ago, but I will be finishing that this week as well. And that's it. Everybody have many blessings, a great week, a great end to the summer. I can't believe summer is over already. That's the only problem with working at a summer camp. You don't get to enjoy your summer because you're at work every day, all day. And then by the end of the summer, everybody else is going away on vacation. So I'm going to try to sneak to the beach sometime by the end of this month. Comment, like, subscribe. Everybody have a great day. Many blessings. If you're in Philly, say what's up. And that's it. We're out from Worth to Read.